was filled in with landfill. Battery Park City, which you see there north of the Battery Park, wasn't there at all. It was very city. But estuaries are number 2. Typically tropics, richer biodiversity-wise than temperate. So estuaries and tropics, mangrove, are called double-crested cormorants. Comes from the Latin corvus marinus, which means sea crow. And there's one perched on a dead tree on the left that has a pale breast. That's a younger bird. That bird would be about a year old. And so it's not old enough to raise its own young yet, but it's just hanging out.
Long Island. With the rest of the birds. You see where it says Long Island?
This is pretty cool. I haven't been
Looks great underneath.
They look like they're really flourishing. And earlier I'd mentioned the great blackback gull, the largest gull on the planet. There's 2 of them standing. Some nests are on the metal arch structure. It's not much of an arch anymore. It's partially collapsed. There's a metal kind of geodesic dome-looking thing to the left of the navigational tower. There's 2 stick nests there. Then there's stick nests on the rocks in the center. And there's stick nests in the trees on the left. Now this island used to have a bunch of bigger trees. And the cormorants produce quite a lot of fishy guano. And it's either very alkaline or very acidic. I forget which. I think acidic. And it kills the trees. This happened to Utah. So Utah was a little sort of mostly underwater rocky reef. What did you say it's called? Captain on the charts again? Belmont Island. That's it. If you look at the early 1900s, it's pretty groundbreaking. And so here's the little lighthouse. It's designed by the same architect in Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. A white bird in the tree. There's 2 left. That's 1, 2, 3. Look for in the trees. Any big white bird. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. I see about 5 of them. Some of them are hunkered down in the nest, but there's 2 adults that are fairly obvious that are standing and in the breeding season, they get these big, long, lacy plumes on their backs. So there's an egret there with its back to us, and you can see the spray of lacy plumage. And those are called egrets, E-I-G-R-E-T-T-E. And at one time, egrets were the most valuable basically, but they'll all come back. And I hear some geese, too. Yeah, there's some Canada geese there in the water. And so the egrets are just checking things out, seeing what's what. Now, we have multiple species of crows in New York City. I can tell these are fish crows by their vocalizations. The American crow is your classic, the fish crow is very nasal. They go, air, 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 air. So you might hear that. Somebody else. This color, actually, the bridge, was the color of the Pennsylvania Railroad Company, a sort of royal purple. So that's why it's actually...
What do you think of that smell?
There's one called the North River Sewage Treatment Plant that has a park on top of it. It's the west side of Manhattan. There's still so much activity. Well, I sort of do, because I talked to my friends over at what was known as New York City Audubon Society, and they just announced a name change a few days ago. They're now New York City Bird. What is it? Alliance. Thanks. I worked on it. I should remember this. It's going to take me a little while. Bird Alliance. So you're seeing some of the tops. Yes, there's cormorants up there, double-crested cormorants in the tops of the trees to the left of the navigation tower. You could also potentially see night herons, which would be kind of a pearly gray color. But there's also a young cormorant there with a pale breast amongst the other cormorants, to the left of the other cormorants. And I do see one guano-covered big stick nest that's partly hidden in the trees that looks to me, by the size of it, to be an egret nest. And then over here on North Brother Island, it's a little harder to see because you're looking into the sun. Here, there have been quite a lot of night herons nesting years ago, but they also mostly abandoned the island because of a pair of great horned owls that started nesting there. So they do not like being close to predators. So the other, so no rocker and the cormorant and this picture is on social media.
For a long time. And
on our week. Oh, this is beautiful. Anybody need drinks? I see many cormorants. Oh. So the possible seal was in the water? Oh, neat. Direct result of environmental legislation. Look, and here's two snowy egrets and the great egret. You can see the size difference. They're passing at 12 o'clock in front of us. A great egret. Someone might think, oh, it's a mom and two babies, but no, they're two different species. And look, the great egret's almost twice as big as the snowy egrets. The name's a little funny because they're equally snowy, right? Like, and here comes 5 more. Those are all in shallow water, and they like tidal marshes. So they're commuters, just like many of us. Yeah, the seal is still out there on the sand.
there he goes. He's going in the water.
Back to the water.
He hears us.
Flop. You guys are so lucky. This is incredible. Wow.
What do you think? No, do you see a seal?
And again, that is the harbor seal. They're going to fan out around the city, even beyond. Go to New Jersey, the Meadowlands, go to Jamaica Bay, where you have shallow tidal marshes. That's what they like. And also those shallow tidal marshes are home to... And here comes a barn swallow, again, behind us. Probably nests under these dilapidated piers. Oh, and then, yeah, at the end of the branch there is one of the ospreys. Sitting and preening. If you look at the leftmost side of North Brother Island, there's some dead trees, and there's an osprey perched there preening, shaking off some water probably after catching some fish. And there might even be, oh, 2 together. Aw, that's very romantic.